And so these people, they actually work for you, or you're kind of outsourcing the build to them?
Contract manufacturing.
Okay.
Yeah, so we built the first few hundred, couple hundred devices, kind of like hand built, custom. Everyone's one of one, right? They're all, they were all good quality, but it's like we were not a professional manufacturing company, right? We were just, we made a couple hundred prototypes, right?
and how do you make sure quality control of this place is like top notch and to your level?
Yeah, so really it is, if you don't set clear expectations, it won't happen, right? And so we did have to learn that the hard way too. Like sometimes, here's how the product's built and they build it, but like, they wouldn't check this or that. And it's like, you go open up a product or two and it's like, well, that looks a little off, doesn't it? And they're like, no, what are you talking about? Right? Like, okay. Here's what you need to check every single time, and you gotta do it every single time. So, being in Washington State, we can go visit, right? And I do. And my team members do. And so that's been one of the blessings is we can prevent those before it gets bad. Whereas like if you order 10,000 from China and they arrive and they're all wrong, that's a problem. And that happens, right? Like I know another founder of a company that had that happen, and it delayed the whole company 6 months because, you bet a lot on that first big batch.
So what's your product made out of? Like steel, plastic, something molding? Like what's it made out of?
It's a combination of metal and plastic. And so actually we transitioned to mostly a metal design. And so we have both aluminum and steel, and we have it kind of cut, and some of the parts are welded together. And really we started with all plastic because it was kind of easier and cheaper. What we learned is that we kind of have a commercial grade product, and it was better with the exterior being made out of metal. It was more robust, it fit better. And so, but we do have some plastic parts that we injection mold, and it's a good combination.
And was it easy for you to find the highest quality material you had to find, or was it like a process going to different sourcing places?
Yeah, we have a couple materials that are specialty materials and are very specific. We had to do a lot of research to find which ones we could use. And then with others, we just specify the material type and we can get it. I'd say for our product specifically, it hasn't been that difficult outside of a couple of very specific parts that we have to use.
And you figure out, do you your plan? Okay, next year we need, I'll make this up obviously. Next year, I project we need to build 10,000, based on what we're doing now, and percentage of increased sales, we need 10,000 units next year. To do that, we got to do X amount of aluminum, X amount of that. I'm guessing you do all that kind of stuff.
With certain components, yes, but with others, you can just get it. Like aluminum, steel, plastic, you can get it whenever you want it. But the specialty materials, we have to plan it out. And we have to say, okay, if next year we need this, that means we'll kind of agree to doing this much per month to get lower prices, and those we've had to do those kind of things. And that's just kind of building good partner relationships.
How does that air filter itself work? Is that a certain type of material too, or?
Yeah, so with the core technology, we go through a series of filters, and then we have a internal chamber where we create a vortex airflow, and we have high intensity UVC light specialty materials, which is essentially maximizing the dose of UVC light that'll hit anything that's in the air, a virus or whatever. And so the filters, they include activated carbon, which is for gases, volatile organic compounds, gaseous things in the air that would smell, or that can get off gas from carpet or whatever, right? We use HEPA, which is kind of the gold standard for particle filtration. If you look at an HVAC system, there's a MERV scale, MERV, and MERV 13 is the standard in an HVAC duct. HEPA is significantly better than that. And so, and they have that in air purifiers, they have that in other things. And that does a really good job of pulling things out. And then the last thing we have is we have a nanotechnology infused filter that anything that makes it through activated carbon, smell-wise, is going to get absorbed into this last filter. And so a lot of facilities that we go into, smells are a big thing, right? And so killing viruses is important, and we've also found that removing smells is oh my gosh.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you walk in a nursing home or hospital, there's definitely a smell, right? Yeah.
You do. Yeah, and that's a big marketing thing, right? If you don't have that smell when somebody walks in and choosing to have their mom live there for the rest of their life, right? It's a big deal.
So your company's name Violet, is that name for the actual product? Is the actual product called something?
Yeah, so we've kind of given just small designations, like the portable device, we call it the Violet M. There's a device that we're going to be installing in the ceiling, call that the Violet C, and then we have a Violet CS. So it's really, we have Violet on our product names, and we don't have a huge product line. If it grows and grows and grows, we'll probably come up with a different naming scheme, but it wasn't critically important early on, and that's been received well enough. And I think, having the product associated with the company when you're small is good. I think it's just name recognition.
So next, I want to talk about you. So recently, you were from CEO to CTO back to CEO. First of all, not many people would be humble enough or be able to sit aside their ego to go from CEO to CTO, right? Can you talk about how you're able to put your company first versus your ego and be humble enough to okay, I started a company, I'm the CEO, there's no freaking way I will never be the CEO, but how about the process? You're okay, I need to do this for the company good.
Yeah, it is a difficult evaluation to make. As a founder CEO, you've given everything to the company. It is a critical self.
Because you told me, I couldn't believe it. I felt what's the guy doing? He's like the perfect CEO. What's going on over here?
It's just being open and reflecting on yourself and your skill set and what you bring to the table and what the company needs. And so for us, we were in this point where we have a really good product, we have some market penetration, and we have this need with a partner to develop a new product and do it as fast as we can, and kind of more shifting focus to be more strategic partnership. And so what I looked at is okay, I'm an engineer, I'm a technologist, I've done everything I can to grow this company to the point it is now, and I'm gonna, my time's gonna be required to be on the technical side for a period of time, and I know that. And so, what I did, and working with my board, is we said, go to market is gonna be really important, right? And so we did and this wasn't a overnight, oh yeah, I'm perfectly fine with this. This was, a lot of thought and care went into it. But yeah, I think you remove ego and kind of the emotion and say, what does the company need? Company needs go-to-market expertise. Do I have that in that exact way? No, I could learn it, but I'm going to be doing this. And so bringing somebody in to go do that sometimes is the right thing. And so we did that, and we found a great CEO through kind of a search and interview process, and brought him in, and he was able to focus on go-to-market for our company while we were developing this new kind of product that we're going to be launching through a partner pretty soon. And that was about a 6-month process. And so, actively right now, we're at the point where we are kind of shifting company focus from individual go-to-market, meaning us, Violet, going and selling to as many people as we can, to partnering with bigger companies that already have that market penetration and already have the ability to go get this out to the world. And so with that shift in focus and the emphasis on go-to-market internally in Violet being less, the decision was made that I'd step back into that seat, and then the CEO that we hired is kind of in a go-to-market advisory role for the company. And it's one of those things where we hired a good person.
So there was no pushback from him, what the hell are you doing? You hired me CEO, now you're gonna get rid of me in 6 months? No drama or nothing?
No, it was a really good partnership, and it was, again, an acknowledgement of what does the company need, what's the best thing. And so yeah, it could have gone a lot of different ways, but I'd say it went as smooth as it could. And I think we're set up in a position now where
scoot up just a little bit.
Yeah, we're in a position now where we can give it our best shot to go find the right strategic partner, and we have a few that we're in really good conversations with, and it's looking like we're gonna kind of get to this next phase, and it's gonna be very positive. And so I think interviewing well is an important part of that, right? It's you can get the highest performer that's maybe not the best person, and maybe it would have gone a lot worse, right?
So changing subjects, how does someone build a sauna?
A sauna?
Yeah.
There's the easy way and there's the hard way.
I'm guessing you picked the hard way.
I didn't, actually. I picked the easy way, and that is you get a kit. And then, I say easy, you still have to take quite a bit of time to build it, but I have a friend who's into woodworking, and I built my sauna from kit. And it's like they ship all the wood, it's already cut, and it's bands and all this stuff, and you have to take, a bunch of time following these instructions and putting it together.